Hello there. So today I will be talking about our project, which is a histogeopolitical dashboard of stock trends. The stock market can be viewed as a platform where all major economic transactions in the world occur at a dynamic rate. The goal of this project is to provide an interactive visualization dashboard for investors so that they can make better investment decisions. The problem we face today is that almost all stock market graphs indicate trends, but they do not tie up the impact various global historical events had on the stock trends. Some of our proposed outcomes are to understand the impact of these events on the stock trends, both at global and regional scales. Uh, Second is to understand the various sectors that have been impacted by these stock fluctuations. And ultimately, we aim at helping stockholders and shareholders understand the impact of these events so that they can make better decisions. The data for this project has been extracted from the Yahoo Finance API using a Python scraper and a library called yfinance. Once the data has been collected, it was converted into the corresponding USV values and it was stored in separate CSV files, as we can see here. Some of the files also had to go through a pre-processing step to produce additional metrics, and these metrics were then used to build meaningful visualizations. Now let's take a look at our dashboard. The first page of our dashboard is a chronological sequencing of the major global events that have occurred, and each event has a card that contains the date range, the name of the event, and a bubble showing the variation in the stock over the start and the end of the event. Let's jump into the US financial crash. When we click on the US financial crash, the first page is the global stats, which has four main panes. The first pane shows the fluctuation of the stock values from the start to the end of the event, along with three metrics: the highest, the lowest, and the recovery value. The summary stat shows shows more comprehensive stats related to the first pane. There's also sector-wise data that shows the drop and the recovery percentages that have been grouped across the different sectors. And finally, we also have a change in the opening percentages of the stock values that are linked to the first pane. We can also switch over to the regional tab that shows regional information about six different stock exchanges. The first one is the summary stats, and the next two visualization are similar to the first one, to the global visualization. The only new visualization is the change in volume, where we have information about the volume changes over quarter and different quarters and over the different years. All our visualizations have a certain level of interactivity involved, from where we can select different points, and we also have a tooltip showing more information. We can choose to keep and discard these points. Different color encodings have been used to discern values from one another. These design patterns have been maintained throughout all the visualizations in our project. Thus, through this project, we aim to help investors and stakeholders arrive at better investment decisions. Thank you for viewing our project.